Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Ranbir Sendhav, nursing tutor in Index Nursing College, Indore. Today about will be discussed in valvular heart disease. Rheumatic fever. Rheumatic fever is generally classified as a connective tissue or collagen vascular disease. It is an inflammatory reaction that causes damage to collagen fibrils and to the ground substance of connective tissue. Involve multiple organs, primarily the heart, the joints, and the central nervous system. Recurrent attack of rheumatic fever may cause fibrosis of heart valve leading to chronic valvular heart disease. Then etiology and patho. Multiple factors contribute to the pathogenesis including beta hemolytic, streptococcal, pharyngitis, and immunological status of the human body. Cross human immune response between host and streptococcal antigens. Streptococcal, pharyngitis, abnormal reaction, autoimmunity disease, recurrent attack of rheumatic fever, rheumatic carditis, valvulitis, scar formation and deformities, heart valve, chronic RHD, valvular involvement, mitral valve 75% to 80%, aortic valve 30%, tricuspid and pulmonary valves 5%. Clinical findings, major manifestations. Clinical findings, major manifestations, carditis, pericarditis, cardiomegaly, congestive heart failure, and mitral or aortic regurgitation murmurs. Migratory polyarthritis involve large joints, last 1 to 5 weeks, subsides without residual deformity. Prompt response to salicylate or non-steroidal agents. Third, erythema marginatum rare. Fourth, subcutaneous nodules uncommon. Fifth, cholera least common, most diagnostic. Minor manifestations. Second, then first point, clinical findings, fever, polyarthritis. Second is laboratory findings, elevated acute phase reactant ESR and CRP. ESR means erythrocytes sedimentation rate. CRP, C-reactive protein. ECG change, prolonged PR interval for a history of RF, rheumatic fever, supporting evidence of an antecedent group A streptococcal infection. First is positive throat culture or rapid streptococcal antigen test, elevated or rising titers of anti-streptococcal antibodies, anti-streptolin O and anti-DNase B. Diagnosis based on Jones criteria and confirmation of streptococcal infection. Guidelines for the diagnostic of initial attack of rheumatic fever. Jones criteria updated 1992. If supported by evidence of preceding group A streptococcal infection, the presence of two major manifestations or of one major and two minor manifestations establishes the diagnosis of acute rheumatic fever. Treatment, general measure, strict bed rest. Medical measures, control streptococcal infection. Penicillin is of choice. Benzathine penicillin 1.2 million units IM once, or procaine penicillin 6 lakh units IM daily 10 days. If allergic to penicillin, erythromycin be given. Anti-rheumatic therapy, salicylate first of choice is present with little or no cardiac involvement, particularly effective in reducing fever and relieving joints pain and swelling. Aspirin 0.6 to 0.9 gram per 4 hour in adult, lower dose in children. Corticosteroid used in patients who do not have respond well to adequate doses of salicylate. Prednisolone 4 to 60 mg orally daily, tapering over 2 weeks. Treatment of symptoms and complications. If heart failure is present, digitally preparation should be used cautiously because cardiac toxicity may occur with conversation doses. Prevention. Primary prevention. Early treatment of streptococcal laryngitis, penicillin or erythromycin. Secondary prevention to prevent recurrence of rheumatic activity. Long-acting penicillin, benzathine penicillin, 1.2 million units IM every 4 weeks. Sulfonamide or erythromycin may be substituted. Mitral stenosis, that is what etiology, most commonly rheumatic fever, rheumatic heart disease RHD, rheumatic heart disease. Symptoms common mostly in second, fourth decade. 2 by 3 of all patients are female. 25% of all patients with RHD, rheumatic heart disease, have pure MS, mitral stenosis. 40% have combined MS, mitral stenosis and mitral regulation MR, mitral regulation. Other rare causes, far less frequently MS is congenital in etiology. Observed primary in infants and young children. Calcification of mitral annulus when subvalvular or observed in old patients. Very rarely MS is a complication of carcinoid disease of connective tissue disease. Systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE rheumatoid arthritis. Pathology, fibrosis, thickening, rigid and calcification of the valve apparatus. Rheumatic fever result in 4 forms of fusion of the mitral valve apparatus leading to stenosis. Commissural, cuspal, chordal and combined. Characteristically, mitral valve cusp fuse at their edge and fusion of the chordae results. Thickening and shortening of these structures. Commercial adherent and fusions. Restricted opening of mitral valve, fish mouth shape of mitral valve orifice. Thickening, fusion and shortening of the chordae or papillary muscles. Funnel shape, change of valve apparatus. Secondary change, chronic MS. Dilation of the left atrium fibrous of the arterial valve. Development of mural thrombi. Hypertrophy and dilation of RV. Hemodynamic change. MS involve mainly LA and RV. Effect of MS on left atrioventricular pressure gradient and left arterial pressures. Then in seen a slide MVA transvalvular gradient left. Normal mild MS, moderate, severe. Then normal 4 to 6 cm by mild MS increase 1.5 cm and transvolver gradient 5 to 10 mm Hg. Lab is increased. Moderate 1.0 to 1.5 cm to 10 to 20 mm Hg. Double increase. Severe 1.0 cm to 20 mm Hg. Left 25 mm Hg. Effect of elevated lap on pulmonary circulation. The elevated lap in turn rises pulmonary, venous and capillary pressure (PVP, PCP), resulting in external dyspnea. Lap increase, PVP increase, PCP increase, dyspnea, lung compliance decrease. Pulmonary hypertension results from passive backward transmission of the elevated lap, reactive pulmonary arterial constrictions, which presumably is triggered by left atrial and pulmonary venous hypertension. Third is organic obliterative change in the pulmonary vascular bed, which may be considered to be a complication of long-standing and severe MS. Effect of pulmonary hypertension on RV. Pulmonary hypertension, RV, hypertension and dilation, secondary TR, PR. Right ventricular failure. Clinical manifestation. Then symptoms. Onset in patients with moderate severe MS. Dyspnea. Principal symptoms appears at early stage, precipitated by exertion, fever, AF or pregnancy. External dyspnea, orthopnea, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, acute pulmonary edema. Hemostasis, profuse hemorrhage, rupture of bronchial submucosal varices, blood stent symptoms, sputum pink, front sputum cough occurs frequently, respiratory infection, compression or left bronchus, then it will be attached in cough. Hoarseness, other Ortner's syndromes, less common, compression of left recurrent laryngeal nerve. Then is physical examination, cardiac sign of MS, change of heart sounds, accentuated S1 opening snaps OS. Sharp follow A2 long left sternal borders or at apex. Both suggest MV leaflets flexible. Mark clarification or thickening of the MV leaflets. S1 becomes softer and OS may be disappear, probably because of diminished motion of the leaflets. Diastolic murmurs of MS. A low pitched diastolic rumblings murmur localized at or near apex with pre-systolic accentuation in patients with sinus rhythm. Auscultation of murmur is facilitated by placing the patient in the left lateral position and auscultate during expiration. When the patient is the left lateral recumbent position, a mild diastolic or pre-systolic thrill may be palpable at apex. Then cardiac signs secondary to pulmonary hypertension and RV dilation. RV pulsation is present at the left parasternal region, accentuated or splitting of P2 may be heard in the second left intercostal space. Other signs of pulmonary hypertension: pulmonic injection sound, owing to dilation of a PA, gram still murmur of PR, a diclofenac diastolic murmur along the left sternal border. When RV dilation is accompanied by TR, a penasystolic murmur may be audible in the fourth or fifth intercostal space in the left para-sternal region. Other signs: mitral phase, malar phase, flush. Sign of right heart failure: systemic venous hypertension, hepatomegaly, edema, and ascites are all signs of severe MS with elevated pulmonary vascular resistance and right heart failure. Laboratory examinations, then electrocardiography, ECG, electrocardiography, left atrial enlargement, mitral valve, P-wave dilation in lead by 2, 0.12 S, large terminal negative P, force in lead V1, right ventricle hypertrophy, arrhythmia, premature arterial contraction, atrial fibrillation. Radiological findings: mitral valve heart, marked enlargement of LA, enlargement of RV, dilation of PA, pulmonary congestion, interstitial edema manifested as Kerali B lines. Echocardiography, the most valuable techniques for diagnosing MS and determining its severity. M-mode echo, thickening clarified, leaflets open poorly, close slowly, yep, slow. The double peaks disappear, both leaflets move anterior during early diastole. Two-dimensional echo, fusion, thickening, doming of the valve leaflets and poor leaflets separation in diastole. Mitral office area. Doppler echo, most accurate non-invasive technique for quantifying the severity of MS. Spectrum Doppler measuring transversal gradient, MVA, color Doppler display, high velocity color Z. Provide other important information: cardiac chamber size, left atrium, right ventricular, left ventricular contractility, pulmonary arterial pressure, other coexcited valvular or congestional abnormalities, mural thrombi, cardiac catheterization. Then it is a value in assessment of patient with MS or suspected MS has largely suppressed by echocardiography. If surgery is planned, coronary angiography is performed to ascertain whether or not bypass grafting is indicating in patients at risk of having coexisting coronary artery disease. Diagnosis and differential diagnosis. Diagnosis: diastolic rumbling, murmur at apex, ECG or X-ray reveals left atrium dilation, confirmed by echocardiography. Differential diagnosis. Diagnostic: diastolic murmur at apex, increased flow across mitral valve, severe MR, massive left to right shunts, VSD PDA, hyperdynamic circulation, hyperthyroid anemia, Austin Flint murmur, severe AR, left atrial myxoma, posterior change of the murmur, other signs of myxoma. Graham still murmur should be differentiated from aortic regulation. Complication: atrial fibrillation, common cardiac output by about 20%. Left atrium has increased incidence. Acute pulmonary edema, severe dyspnea and acute pulmonary edema, severe dyspnea and cyanosis, unable to lie on back, pink, frothy sputum, both lungs filled with rales. Thromboembolism develop in 20% of patients, about 2 by 3 found in the cerebral vessels. Recurrent and multiple risk factors: AF, LA by 55 mm, a history of recent embolism or low cardiac output. Right ventricular failure, late stage, main cause of death, dyspnea and hemolysis. Prospective effect: RV, CO decreases and pulmonary circulation decreases. Infective endocarditis occurs less frequently on rigid, thickened, calcified valves and is therefore more common in patients with mild than with severe MS. Respiratory infection, common induced and aggregate heart failure. Management. Then general treatment. Patient with RHD, rheumatic heart disease, should receive penicillin. Prophylaxis to prevent recurrence of rheumatic fever and prophylaxis for eye. Avoid and control anemia and infection. Second is asymptomatic patient. Avoid strenuous exertion. Third is patient with dyspnea should reduce physical activity, restrict sodium intake and take oral diuretics. Treatment of complications. Profuse hemolysis measure designed to reduce pulmonary venous pressure, including sedation, assumption of the upright posture, and aggressive diuresis are used to treat hemolysis. Acute pulmonary edema. Dilate venous system, reduce preload nitrate, avoid dilating small artery. Digitalize glycosides do not benefit patients with MS and sinus rhythm, but are the of great value in slowing the ventricular rate in patients with AF and in the treatment of right-sided HF. Treatment of arrhythmias. AF with rapid ventricular rate. Treatment of arrhythmias. AF with a rapid ventricular rate 70 by 80 beats per minute. Digitalized glucosides. IV sedilide, oral digoxin, beta blockers in parents with mid MS without marked LA dilation who have been AF less than 6 to 12 months. Elective cardioversions, electrical or pharmacological, should be considered. Prophylactic anticoagulant treatment AF. Previous embolic episodes, LA thrombus revealed by echocardiography. Long-term anticoagulant treatment with warfarin is necessary in patients without contraindications. Right ventricular failure, restriction of sodium intake, diuretics, nitrates. Indication for relieving stenosis. Asymptomatic patients with moderate to severe MS, MVA 1.5 cm 2, or evidence of pulmonary hypertension with RV hypertrophy. Recurrent systemic emboli despite anticoagulation with moderate or severe stenosis. Precancerous balloon mitral valvuloplasty. Procedure of choice of pure MS with palliable and monocalcific valve. Surgical techniques. Open mitral commistromy indication. Patients without significant MR. Valvular calcification, involvement of chordoid and papillary muscles. Left atrial thrombus or restenosis. Mitral valve replacement indications. Severe desorations and extensive calcification of the valve and subvalvular apparatus associated with significant MR aortic valve disease. Mitral regulation MR. Etiology mitral valve apparatus and by or LV structural and functional abnormalities. RHD rheumatic common 1/3 plus MS and or aortic valve disease. Mitral valve prolapse MVP. Mycomatous degeneration, floppy and redundancy. Ischemic heart disease or CAD. Papillary muscles dysfunctions. Mitral linear classifications. Severe dilation of LV result in dilation of the mitral annulus and lateral movement of papillary muscles. Infective endocarditis. Valve leaflets destruction, perforation, retraction, valve closures interfered by vegetation. Other causes rupture of the chordae, congenital abnormalities, obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and these hemodynamic changes. Then MR involve mainly LA and LV. Chronic MR compensation MR. LV volume increase, LV LA increase, LV ED V increase, SV increase, CO increase, EF increase. Decompensation left HF, LAP and LVEDP. Pulmonary congestion, pulmonary hypertension, right HF. Hepatomegaly, edema and ascites. Acute MR. And then clinical manifestations, symptoms. Chronic MR, mild no symptoms, severe left-sided heart failure, weakness, fatigue, dyspnea, pulmonary congestion, RHD. Symptoms occur late once present. LV dysfunctions is usually irreversible. MVP, asymptomatic or atypical chest pain, palpitations, fatigue. In severe MR left, HF occurs at late stage. Acute, mild severe, mild external dyspnea, severe acute left HF pulmonary edema or cardiac shock. And next, physical examination. Then cardiac impulse at apex. Hyperdynamic, displaced laterally, inferiorly, chronic. Change of heart sounds. S1 RHD or normal, MVP CAD. S3 severe MR, prominent. Mid or late systolic click, MVP. Acute P2 S4. And then next, systolic murmur. RHD, pensystolic blowing, high pitched murmur, maximal at the apex. Anterior valve lesion radiate to the axilla and back. Posterior leaflet abnormalities radiate to the base. MVP mid to late systolic murmur. Dysfunction of papillary muscles variable. Early, mid, late or hollow systolic. Rupture of the chordae muscle. Musical. Acute MR not pensystolic murmur but lower pitched decrescendo and softer than the murmur of chronic MR. Laboratory examination, ECG. Chronic severe MR, LA dilation, atrial fibrillation, LV enlargement and non-specific ST changes. Acute MR, sinus tachycardia. And next time, Next laboratory examination is radiology findings, chronic severe MR. In this radiology findings, chronic cardiomegaly with LALV, pulmonary congestion, interstitial edema with Kerley lines, left HF, C-shaped calcifications of mitral annulus, acute MR, normal cardiac siluate or mild ALA dilation over pulmonary congestion edema. And then next is the echocardiography. First is display anatomy of the mitral valve apparatus, useful determining the etiology of MR to 2D. Confirm the existence of MR. Doppler color spectrum reveal high velocity jet into LA during systole, sensitivity 100%. Estimate the severity of MR. And it is the chart. CM 4 cm by 2 mild. Color flow jet area 4 to 8 cm to moderate. Increase in 8 cm to severe. Measure cardiac chamber sizes. Evaluate LV function, pulmonary artery pressure. Provide data concerning with valvular lesion. Then is a radionuclide angiography and MRI. Evaluate LV function. Estimate the severity of regurgitations. The required regurgitations. The regurgitant fraction can be estimated from the ratio of left ventricle to right ventricle. Stroke volume. Cardiac catheterization. Confirm the diagnosis of MR and estimate its severity. Evaluate cardiac function and pulmonary artery pressure. Coronary angiography is performed by to determine presence of CAD prior to surgery. And diagnosis in this chronic MR and acute MR. Then is chronic MR is a typical systolic murmur at apex associated with enlargement of left atrium and left ventricle. And next is acute MR. Then is in sudden onset of dyspnea, systolic murmur at apex, normal cardiac silhouette, but obvious pulmonary congestion, etiology existed. Confirmed by the echocardiography. Differential diagnosis. Then is a tricuspid regurgitation TR. ASM heart heard best along the left sternal border, augmented during inspiration. Ventricular septal defect VSD. ASM loudest at the left sternal border, accompanied by the parasternal 3. Systolic ejecting murmur at left sternal border. Aortic or pulmonic stenosis. Hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy. Then echocardiography. Then is the complications. Arterial fibrillation seen frequently in severe cases. Infective endocarditis more common than in MS. Systemic embolism less common than in MS. Heart failure occur early in acute MR but late in chronic MR. Management: chronic MR, medical treatment. Prevention: same as in MS. Then you have read previous. This is a chronic MR medical treatment. Asymptomatic patients with normal cardiac function follow up regularly. And third is management of AF similar to that in MS, slow ventricular rate, anticoagulation. Fourth is treatment of heart failure, restriction of sodium intake, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, ACEI, diuretics, digitalize glycosides. And next is a surgical treatment. Then a mitral valve replacement. Then is indications first, second and third. First is a severe MRN functional class 3rd or 4th. Functional class 2nd associated with left atrium dilation. And severe MR progressive deterioration of left atrium EF. LVEACD and LVEDD. Mitral valve repair. Indication MVP, chordal rupture, mitral annual dilations. And next is acute MR. Principal reduce pulmonary venous pressure, increase cardiac output, correct etiology. Then is medical treatment, intravenous nitroprusside, intravenous diuretics, ACEI and other vasodilators. Then is surgical treatment, mitral valve replacement and mitral valve repair. Next is aortic stenosis, AS. Aortic stenosis means etiology RHD, common plus AR and mitral valve disease. Degenerative calcific as common in the elderly, accompanied by calcification of the mitral annuals. Congenital abnormalities, calcific stenosis of congenital bicuspid aortic valve, congenital aortic stenosis. Hemodynamic changes, normal aortic orific area 3.0 to 4.0 cm wide. AOA 1.0 cm to LVSP increases that significant transvalvular gradient. Compensation AS LV pressure load. Concentric LVH compliance LVEDP LAH maintain systolic wall stress and CO LVET decompensation LVEDP wall stress myocardial ischemia fibrosis left HF. Clinical manifestations symptoms cardiac symptoms dyspnea angina and syncope. First is a dyspnea, exertional dyspnea, orthopnea, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, acute pulmonary edema, varying degree of pulmonary venous hypertension. Second is angina pectoris, occurs frequently in patients with critical AS by 1/3. 3. Associated with coronary artery disease. Mechanism of ischemia, myocardial oxygen consumption, LVH, LVSP, LVET. Second is relative decrease in myocardial capillary density. And then third is a subendocardial coronary artery compression LVDP increases. Fourth is a coronary perfusion pressure decrease, AO pressure decrease, LVDP increase. Imbalance between myocardial oxygen demand and supply. Third is a syncope, typical external arterial pressure decrease, cerebral perfusion decrease. Mechanisms increase blood flow to exercising muscles without compensatory increase in cardiac output, severe arrhythmias. Next is a physical examination, systolic ejection murmur, blowing hearse. Physical examination, systolic ejection murmur, blowing hearse, crescendo, descendo, maximal at aortic area R2 or L3 4. Transmitted to the neck and apex, may be associated with systolic thrill. The more severe the AS, the longer the duration of the murmur. When the left atrium fails and the CO falls, the murmur becomes softer or disappears. Heart sound changes. S1 normal or soft, A2 weak or absent. Paradoxical splitting of S2, prominent S4, aortic ejection sound, congenital AS or palliable valve AS. Other signs: left ventricular heave, systolic and pulse pressure decreases, delayed and diminished carotid pulses. Laboratory examinations: ECG, severe LVH and secondary STT changes. Left atrium increase, arrhythmias. Radiological findings: normal size or slightly enlarged heart, calcifications of the aortic valve, post-stenotic dilation of the ascending aorta, pulmonary congestions. And next is echocardiography. Establish the diagnosis and determine the severity of AS. M mode and 2D echo. Observe aortic valve opening, thickening and calcifications. Helpful in determining the etiology as AS. Also invaluable in detecting associated mitral valve disease and in assessing lateral performance, hypertrophy and dilation. And is a Doppler echo. Allow calculation of the aortic valve gradient, estimate the severity of the stenosis, MPG, 30 mmHg, mild AS, 3 to 50 mmHg moderate AS, above 50 mmHg severe AS. Color Doppler flow imaging is helpful in the detection and determination of the severity of any accompanying aortic regurgitation. And next is a cardiac catheterization. Determining the severity of AS, measuring systolic, left atrium and aortic pressure simultaneously and calculating the valve area. An average pressure gradient of above 50 mmHg or peak pressure gradient of above by 70 mmHg represent severe AS. Coronary angiography is performed in most adults to assess the concomitant coronary disease. And next is a diagnosis and differential diagnosis. Diagnosis are typical systolic murmur of AS associated with AR and or mitral valve damage, RHD. Pure AS, infants and young children, unicuspid malformation, childhood, 65 year, calcification of bicuspid and 65 year degenerative calcification, confirmed by echocardiography. Differential diagnosis: transmitted murmur, EMA, TR, VSD, other LVOT, obstructive disease. Then is a congenital supravalvular AS, congenital subvalvular AS, hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy. And it is a management, medical treatment of arrhythmias, prevent AF with an antiarrhythmic agent when premature arterial contractions are frequent when AF does occurs, restore sinus rhythms. And next is a treatment of angina pectoris nitrates. And then is the next point is a treatment of heart failure. Diuretic must be used with caution. Vasodilator should be avoided. That is a medical management. And now is a surgical treatment. Valve replacement indications. First is a repeated occurrence of syncope, angina pectoris or significant left heart failure. Asymptomatic patients with progressive left ventricle dysfunctions and or left ventricle hypertrophy and very high transvalvular gradient above 80 mmHg. Third is a severe AS, AOA 0.7 cm 2, commensural incisions under direct vision in children and adolescents with non-calcific severe congenital AS. precocious balloon valvuloplasty. It is an indications children as adolescent with congenital non-calcific as adults with severe calcific as who are poor candidates for surgery or as an intermediate procedure prior to surgery. Patients with cardiogenic shocks due to critical AS, patients with critical AS who require an urgent non-cardiac operations, pregnant women with critical AS, patients with critical AS who refuse surgical treatments. Then aortic regulation, regurgitation. Etiology: primary disease of the aortic valve and by or aortic root. Aortic valve disease. Then first is the R is the most common, about 2 by 3 plus AS and or mitral valve disease. Second point is the infective endocarditis, and third point is the congenital deformities bicuspid valve. Fourth is the myxomatous degenerations of the aortic valve. Aortic root dilation. First is the Marfan syndrome. Second is the aortic dissection involve annulus or leaflets. Third is the syphilitic aortis. And is the next is the hemodynamic changes. Chronic AR compensation, AR LV volume increase, left ventricle increase, LV EDV increase, SV increase, CO decompensation, LV systolic dysfunctions, LV failure, EF LVS acute AR, AR LV volume, LVDP, LAP, CO pulmonary congenital pulmonary edema. Next is the clinical manifestations. Symptoms: chronic AR asymptomatic for many years, palpation, precordial discomfort, head pounding related to SV. LV failure, dyspnea, fatigue occurs at the late stage. And angina pectoris or chest pain less common. Acute AR mild, no symptom, severe acute LV failure and hypotension. Next is a physical examination. Chronic severe AR. First is a peripheral arterial signs. Owing to wide pulse pressures, SBP, DBP. Water hammer pulse, rapid rise and fall. Pistol shot sound. Booming systolic and diastolic sound. Head over femoral artery. Durogech sign. Systolic diastolic murmur over partially compressed femoral artery. Cunnic signs. Subungual capillary pulsation. Demasset signs. Head bob with each heartbeat. Second is the apical impulse. Diffuse and forceful, displaced laterally and inferally hyperactive, enlarged electrovator. Heart sound. An S3 gallop is common with LV failure. And fourth is a heart murmur. Then next, aortic diastolic murmur. High pitched blowing, decrescendo pattern. When AR is due to primary valvular disease, the diastolic murmur is best heard along the left sternal border in the third and fourth intercostal spaces. However, when it is due mainly to dilation of the ascending aorta, the murmur is often more radially audible along the right upper sternal border. Austin Flint murmur, apical mid or late diastolic low pitched murmur, and is common in serve AR owning the partial closures of MV by the regardant jet. Ejection systolic murmur common heart and the base of the heart. The base of the heart accompanied by a systolic thrill. Acute AR S1 soft or absent. P2 increase S3 and S4. AR murmur lower pitched and shorter than that of chronic AR. Austin Flint murmur brief. Laboratory examination. Then is a ECG, Radiology findings and ECGs: acute sinus tachycardia, non-specific STT changes, chronic LV enlargement and hypertrophy arrhythmias. Radiology findings: acute AR, cardiac size normal or slightly enlarged. Signs of pulmonary congestion, pulmonary edema, chronic LV enlargement associated with dilation of the expanding aorta, severe aneurysmal dilation of the aorta suggests aortic root disease, Marfan syndrome, pulmonary congestions. Echocardiography. Confirm diagnosis, estimate severity, identify the cause. 2D echo, structural changes of the valve, leaflets and or aortic roots. M mode echo, diastolic fluttering of the anterior leaflets of the mitral valve is an important echocardiographic findings in AR. Serial assessment of LV size and function. Doppler echo, sensitive, accurate, non-invasive technique for detecting AR. LVOT, diastolic regurgent jet, estimate the severity of AR and cardiac catheterization. Quantify the severity of AR, evaluate the coronary and aortic root anatomy. And next is diagnosis and differential diagnosis. Diagnosis: characterized diastolic murmur associated with peripheral arterial signs make a diagnostic of AR. Combined with other informed etiology is useful found. Differential diagnosis: Graham-Still murmur, pulmonary hypertension associated with dilation. Austin-Flint murmur differentiated from that of MS. Then is a management. Chronic AR medical treatment: asymptomatic patients with a severe AR and LV dilation. Vasodilator ACEI, ETL reduce the severity of AR, should be used to prolong the compensated period. Beta blocker slow the rate of aortic dilation in warfarin. Patient with HF, vasodilators, ACEI, diuretics and digitalysis glycosides. And it is a surgical treatment. Valvular replacement indications: first is a symptomatic patient, second asymptomatic patient with LV dysfunctions with persistent or progressive LVEACP, SV or EF at rest, repair or replacement of the root, aortic root disease. Acute AR medical treatment: principal reduce pulmonary venous pressure, increase cardiac output and stabilize hemodynamics. Intravenous nitroprusside, diuretics, positive inotropic agent, antibiotics, active IE. Surgical treatment: urgently required valvular replacement or aortic valve repair, and it is a image. Then images are C and echocardiography. Confirm diagnosis, estimate severity, identify the cause. 2D echo structural changes of the valve, leaflets and or aortic roots. M mode diastolic fluttering of the anterior leaflets of the mitral valve is an important echocardiographic finding in AR. Serial assessment of LV size and function. Doppler echo. And then some Images of the valvular heart disease. It is that to diagnostic evaluation, clinical manifestation, and etiology, management, surgical management, and others. Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you.